Are we live? We're live. I was trying to get my camera set up through Logitech software, but StreamYard doesn't like it, but it focuses better. I'll figure it out. Anyway, what's up? Let me get my background music going here. I am working on a Cobra eel for JoeFest, which I mean, for tomorrow starts tomorrow night for 3 hours. We have Yamina Z. Did I say that right? And Cam. Oh, hi, Cam. So anyway, I penciled and inked this last night, and I'm gonna color this. I'm gonna color this right now with the markers. Try to get some of these eraser shavings off here. Really need to vacuum. Twitter, hey, Twitter locked your main account. What did you do? What did you do, Cam? We'll see how many people showed up. I streamed yesterday and had like 4 people watching, which is abysmal. But it's YouTube, so you know. It's all right. I'm here for you. Just you. Just me and you. Just me and you, Cam. Cobra eel. Make sure I get these colors right. You said someone was stupid? That's it? What is Twitter, a high school class? I thought Elon was supposed to fix all that. Did Elon not fix that? All right, so here's my reference for my color. That is hateful. Please. Let me get gray markers. There's lots of gray on this dude. This dude, man. Okay. So the light will be coming from that way. I'm just gonna saturate this guy. Jeff is listening while driving into a meeting. I was gonna say something else. I don't remember what it was. I asked Vivian to come, but you know, she's a college student, so I'm pretty sure she's asleep. And Elliot, I tried to text yesterday, asked him if he wanted to come in, but he's busy. He's getting to be at JoeFest, so I'll see him tomorrow. Let's have dinner tomorrow night. And then Siege, of course, is on West Coast, Satan's time zone. Sip and save? No, Hyper Potato. Hyper Potato is going to hang out with me at Heroes Con. Refill the markers. Refill the markers. Refill the markers. Oh no. Ain't nothing in that one. Do I have any more of it? Morning, Malcolm. This is my bag of refills. See, with a wide-angled, I've been on Whatnot so long with a narrow thing that you don't want to get to see the drawing table. And I don't draw on the drawing table for streams very much anymore, do I? So the nice little thing about having it in a clear bag is I can just spin it around and try to find where that stupid thing I'm looking for is. If there's one in here. I don't think there is. I'm not sure. Is there anything in here at all? Me. There is no bed. Oh, there is. Hold on. There is. Let's not spill this on the drawing. There's a few drops I can get this commission done with what's left. I'm just dropping it in here, and that's it. Calling that one time of death. Where does that go in? That way, okay. Time F is 10:05. 7 a.m. because Malcolm is in Satan's time zone as well. Just going to give this one pass. And anywhere there's folds or where there's a line is a good place to kind of stop with this. You want to make it a smoother kind of feel to your markers. Color in patches and then find a good place to stop, like against a line or a crease or something. And it'll keep it from, it's one way to keep it from looking too streaky, unless you want that effect. I'm not your mama. You do whatever you want to do. Trying to only make one pass in an area because ink is running out. The C4 is spent. Did I do it? Did I do it? Oh, this is the same color. We're gonna again do sections here, and there. And that part's gonna be lighter and darker because that's where the lights come from over here. So we'll just move some of this open. Are we meeting at Sergeant Slaughter's slaughterhouse? Yes, of course. Hey, share the link out. Like, subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, just kind of show up casually, wherever. I have a tip for artists is don't put all your eggs in the YouTube basket. Use it, but temper your dreams, kids. I'm seeing more and more like people who are pretty successful on YouTube, especially like gamers, because my son is watching gamers. And every once in a while, they'll disappear for a couple weeks and come back and talk about their mental health. And it's always the same thing. It's like basically in order to be successful on YouTube and grind, it just kills you. So right now I've done a pass, so I'll kind of can afford to go back over just in case. And if I run out, look at this. It's all right at this point. This is 11 by 17. This is the standard comic book size the comics are drawn at. And, I've been doing 9 by 12 sketches more lately, and I think I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to start doing at shows, the 9 by 12 tone paper, because I just think they look really nice and it's easier to get a more finished look. But full size on this one. So I got to do this. I got to do Hyper Potatoes Sergeant Slaughter piece today, so I can get the Sarge to sign it. And my dog's outside barking at something. And what else? You know, I think I only had 2 pre-show Joe commissions, honestly. I was looking at it yesterday, and like I had a lot of people ask for prices and never get back to me. Um, I have a handful of Heroes cons. You know, who knows? I think the show's gonna. No, can't. Don't start thinking, Ryan. Don't start thinking. The sergeant sign it. He will sign it. See if Sarge remembers me this time. He does a pretty good job of remembering my name, and unlike a certain Hama who I've worked with for over a decade, I've worked on his book for over a decade, and does not give two craps about who I am. So while we've got the ink flowing here, we're going to spend a little time setting this up. Is that? Oh, there's Vivian. Hold on. Let me I'll invite Vivian. She said she was awake. There we go. Let's see if she shows up. I don't know. I bet Tony would remember your name better than Larry Hama. I don't know. Is this commission? Yeah, this is a pre-show sketch for JoeFest. And I leave tomorrow at 10 a.m., so nothing like I put it on to the last minute. I had to finish up that Heroes Con sketch thing that Larry's going to sell his prints. That was commissioned by someone else. I'm still not sure the connection. I did that, and that took excuse me. That took longer than I thought it would yesterday. I'm not sure why. And then I've been working later at night. I have more energy now that I've started lifting weights again. And I worked till about 9 last night, and then on Whatnot streams I'm working till like 10 or 10:30, and I'm not as tired as I was. Which is a good thing. I was just doing sparring and rolling. That's like cardio. That's just exhausting, so I would just be fried when I was done. But I'm having to start to work out like I'm, in my late 40s and not 20. And when you work out like you're in your 20s when you're in your 40s, you would be just fried. Could be worse, as Sean over on Facebook. Could have waited to start it at 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's true. Larry had a helper at Heroes last year. Seemed to make for a better fan experience than before. Leon is here. What markers? These are Copic. Well, I use Copics. I use Prismacolor. Pretty much anything. I do refill. This thing is just, come on. I try to refill Prismacolors with rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. And these are Copic refills, but they're expensive and they've shrunk. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. Let's see here. I'm not taking the bait. I'm not taking the bait. I'm not buddy taking the bait. All right. Let's see. This is I'll get the red in here. I am still not used to on my table with my progressive lenses moving my head to the right angle to see what I'm doing. And I've had them for like 6 months. I'm gonna have to buy the refills. That's the thing. So, here's Vivian. Devices are not connected. Oh, now they are. Oh, there's Vivian's face. Oh, I caught you. Are
Okay.
you there? Hello?
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't need my free camera to show. Also, that's great. The drawing looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. So now people kind of know what you look like briefly. Hiroshi thought progressive lenses were the ones that turned into sunglasses. No, those are transition lenses. Progressive lenses are like bifocals, but they don't have the hard line. They progress from one field of vision to another. So what is going on, Vivian?
Well, since last time we met, I finished all my art shows, and now I just have summer classes and 6 more months.
Okay, and then you're free. You're
And
an
then
adult.
I'm free, yeah. I'm officially an adult.
What will you do with your newfound freedom?
Go back to school, maybe. Maybe. For a master's degree, but I'm still thinking about it.
So, what would you do with a master's degree?
Work for an animation studio or a game studio.
Do they require master's degrees?
No, but my family is like, well, you'll get paid more if you have a master's degree, or people pay attention more to that for some reason.
Okay, they might. I don't know. I've never tried to work at a game. I don't know anything about the gaming kind of studio, animation studio stuff.
I just want to do concept art. Sorry.
Are you sure you're awake? Are you sure?
I'm awake. I'm more awake.
I know how it is. Hey, Catherine's here. Catherine is here all the way from Engleland.
Engleland. That's far across the pond.
It is, where all the chips and crisps are. Ryan, I have to post. I gotta start like highlighting the comments because Facebook and YouTube can't see each other. Ryan says, "Love the Cobra Eel. One of my favorite toys as a kid. I never had the Cobra Eel. Get a job there, then make them pay for the master's degree."
That would be nice.
My wife got her master's degree for free because she works for a university, and they paid for one class a semester. And so she got her free master's degree, one class at a time.
I was talking to my mom about it, and she was saying like I didn't get to learn animation like I wanted to at college, and I didn't have their animation program to be better. So it's another reason why I want to go to a master's degree, but also I've been told you get paid more. You get more pay.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess so. But what do I know? I'm just a dude I'm just sitting here drawing Cobra Eels.
I need to talk to more career services. Because like I was talking to my advisor's well, it's different for the art world, and I'm like, oh, you need to do more research.
Yeah. And in another topic, you said you're going to Heroes, right?
I said again.
You're going to Heroes. You said.
Yes, right? I am. I am going to Heroes. It's called GalaxyCon now.
What? No.
It's not? I'm really thinking of a different con.
Heroes Con's in Charlotte.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking of the one in Raleigh. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're thinking, yeah, that's GalaxyCon. Okay. I've actually never done GalaxyCon. Have you been there?
Yeah, I thought it was originally called Hero. Well, it was originally called a different Comic-Con, but it got named GalaxyCon.
Yeah, Heroes Con is the one that it's kind of more artist-centric show. It's a big show in Charlotte. And then GalaxyCon was called something that I've forgotten. Yeah, it was called something else. But it's gotten kind of big from what I see. They got like big name stars.
Yeah,
Like all the movie people anyway.
Peter, I'm probably saying his name wrong. The guy who voiced Octopus Pride's gonna be there.
Oh, Peter Cullen?
Mm-hmm.
AL is up in New York City, and looks like the apocalypse because of the smoke. It's a little hazy down here. It's been hazy, but let's see. Because of that, are you aware of the Vivian? Are you aware of the Canadian fires?
Yes, I am. The air quality is being a bit
Yes.
funky where I'm at.
I was not until like yesterday, and I was like, "Why is it so hazy? Is something on fire?" Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Canada.
Or Canada.
Heroes Con. Ryan, you've never been to Heroes Con? What? Get up there. So Heroes Con, yeah, is like very artist and comic centric. So it's like most of the show is just like pretty much one huge artist alley, and everybody is there. It's the first show I ever did way back 20 some odd years ago.
Okay. When is it?
It's in 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's the 16th that weekend.
Oh yeah. I can't. I will still be in summer school.
Oh, on the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Hiroshi says have no clue about the fire thing. Yeah, so basically there's like a bajillion acres of wildfires in Canada, and it's all blowing over the northeast and drifting a little down towards North Carolina. It's a little hazy. Malcolm asks, is anyone going to San Diego? I am not. I got kind of burnt out on going to San Diego, and I didn't realize that until COVID, and I didn't go, and I'm like, man, that's a big hassle, and I don't really get a whole lot like professionally out of it. It's more like a big vacation, but it's expensive. So I will not be going this year. I'll go back eventually, but Ryan has not been. And Hiroshi says, I'm mostly aware of my cat litter trash bag breaking in the kitchen when I was taking the trash out this morning. So when I go home for lunch, I have to mop instead of eat. I'm not laughing at you. That was a sympathy vehicle.
No, I relate. My cat has done something similar.
We have one of those litter boxes that have like the pee pad you switch out underneath, and my wife has asked me to change that today before I leave. And I meant to do it like 3 days ago, which means it's going to be disgusting when I get to it.
You can do it. Survive. The cat will appreciate you.
The cat has 2 modes. The cat is like 7 months old. No, wait. 9 months? I don't remember. Anyway, not a year yet. And goes from crazy and biting to wanting to get petted and then back to crazy and biting.
Sounds like a kitten.
Yeah. And this is my cat. All these little spots on my hand, fang marks.
I believe it. Mine's currently circling around me like a shark.
Have you used Ohuhu markers? I have Ohuhu. That sounds like I'm mispronouncing that. I have not. I have heard of them.
Sounds like Hocus Pocus.
Wanted to go to Anime Expo in LA, but my sister blindsided me with the news that she and her family are going to Paris. So I need to stay and take care of me dad. He said, I know you meant my dad, but I like saying it in an Irish accent. All right, what's this? What's all this perspective? What is this nonsense?
So it's from my comic. I'm making the world. It's a very big, so basically this is like half the map. So This is where the story takes place with the delivery girl.
So did you map out that? Are you using the perspective tool, or did you do that yourself?
I did that myself. I made all these lines.
Fancy pants.
Yeah, hide the colors. It took a long time because I did a lot of like variations. Because originally, let me open this up. I tried. So basically, the story of this place is this is like a bit of lore. Kiki, don't chew on that. Where is it? So long story short, trying to remember where is. No, that's not it. The long story short, the Queen of Hearts. This is her town, her modern town. Long story short, her husband was dying. You know, as dying, and he was getting sick, so he couldn't travel anymore. And all he wanted to do was like see the world. And this is how I do my perspective lines. I don't like. If I can, sometimes I'm lazy and I use the program does it, or if I'm very precise, I would do it myself. Okay, but continuing. There we go. So basically, instead of her taking him to the world, she brought the world to him.
Okay.
And so she built like this park that looks like park/city. That's like basically that would be her. Go. Gonna make a big red marker. There we go. So this is basically, I decided not to do the Colosseum for word, and I decided to like put my own spin on it. Like the Roman Colosseum, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the London Eye.
Oh, okay, I see.
And so there's going to be more exhibits across the island. So basically, the city is located in like the North Carolina. I'm forgetting what's called now. The thing that's like surrounding North Carolina that's protecting it from like hurricanes.
Oh, the Outer Banks?
Yeah, this place takes place in the Outer Banks. Because, you know, I was like, this should be a city on mainline. I'm like, wait a minute. What if it doesn't? Because not many people, like...
So, will there be a hurricane?
Yes, there will be a hurricane.
Good.
Because, like, listen, I'm not going to... I'd be doing the Outer Banks dirty if I didn't do a hurricane.
I know.
Like, there's a hurricane right now. Gonna bulldoze the town.
There it is. Well, that's all done.
There we go. I'm done with my career, guys. The end. But yeah, that's why I'm debating if I should, like, because, like, I'm probably going to change the houses. But I'm debating, do I make these houses look modern, or do I go for, like, a modern European house village design? And then, because I was going off of beach houses and, like, the lakes that are near here.
I kind of like the way those houses are, like, right there, like that house, that one house right there. The one that's mostly done. I kind of like.
This one?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
This is where the main character lives.
I like that style.
Like, I love, for some weird reason, I love A-shaped houses.
If you did modern houses on the Outer Banks, like actually were on the Outer Banks, they would be all fancy and overpriced.
I mean, this place is pretty overpriced.
It's
But this is okay. The idea is, oh shoot, that is way too in. The idea is this is where all the rich people live. Because you can see there's like little houses on here. And this is where people who make moderate to low income live,
So
which is
you need
why
to
it
have like
isn't.
a, yeah, but yeah. So are you gonna put like uh well, junk's not the right word, but like I like those like some Japanese artists when you look at they're very detailed, like with like they have like clothes hanging out and lots of wires, and it's not as clean as like a
Yeah,
American suburb.
yeah. So this houses the American suburbs. This is definitely going to be, yeah. It's not, oh yeah, dirty. Yeah, you're right. Like, I get what you mean. It's gonna have like little clotheslines and plants
Yeah,
being overgrown, very unmaintened.
not filthy, but like lived in and like functional, and there's just things everywhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be very messy. This is just the beginning. This is gonna be one of my more detailed pieces. And my plan is, I can think. I'm going to, be lazy and chop up the world design and put it in the comic.
Yeah, okay. I like your perspective ones.
Not thinking. You're like, pow, this is where we're at. Pow, this is the street that we're on. Pow, puddles, people getting covered in mud.
So, are you gonna like you got plans for like webtoon or like
I thought about
publishing it?
webtoon
You know,
for now, or I need to build following first. Well, I mean, I have a small following on
webtoon will do
Instagram.
that. You can build a following on web. Well, I don't know how easy it is. It's well, nothing's easy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like webtoon. You can build a following, but it's very hard to like monetize. Um, so that's been my and other people's experience.
Okay.
William the Last has been on hiatus for like 2 years now.
It's
um,
okay. You'll get back to it one day. Or not.
I actually was. I have somebody at the gym. There's a girl at the gym who keeps poking me, and she's like, "When are you gonna update that? When are you gonna update that?" And I went to actually go post an update and realized that I'm missing like two. There's 2 pages I haven't drawn yet for the next update. I'm like, oh, okay.
There's this.
But
There's this. Mhm.
yeah, it's just at some point I have to stop and like do things that pay the bills.
Yeah, no, like there's this girl that I knew. She's a really good artist, but the long story short, she got really pressured by like all the attention she was getting, and she took a break from her comic. And I told her like, listen, it's okay if you never finish it. I'm more worried about your mental health.
Was she doing webtoon or
Yeah, she was doing webtoon,
yeah?
and people are like, I want the next episode now, and she's like, I can't keep up.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's like uh, Webtoon has made a very entitled reader, and they feel entitled to, or maybe I don't know. Well, entitled is the right, and is the right word. They want long updates, and they want them often, and they're not going to pay for them. So it's like I was posting stuff, and people were like, "I want more. I want it longer, longer." You do it longer, and then uh, it's like the platform conditions people to want lots of things for free, and it will let you build up an audience, but then once you to maintain that audience, you will kill yourself. So.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the reason why I'm so private on social media.
Somebody told me. So I did a toy unboxing. Not Hasbro. Diamond sent me some GI Joe figures, and through this other guy because he has a toy channel.
Mm-hmm.
Tony the Toy. I need to post a link to that video too. Anyway, but he had we'd only kind of met once at a Fayetteville Comic Con, and apparently he was looking up information about me, and he said that apparently I didn't realize apparently I'm an enigma on social media.
Oh.
I guess because I just post art, even though I'm on a lot, I'm not really talking about me. Um,
Same.
who?
I mean, it's the
What?
same. I don't talk a lot on social media.
Oh,
You have to reach out to me.
yeah. He said that the place that he found the most information about me was actually here on YouTube because here's where I talk. But I just yeah, I was like, I don't know. You gotta be careful on the internet. Let me catch up with the chat here. Rocket Worm talking about your location, your thing. Good idea, like a movie set. Hiroshi says that's not lazy, it's smart and effective. Have a set of backgrounds you can crop and zoom in and out at different angles. Yep. Uh, what about posting the comment to subscribe star?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option too. But again, you've got to build up your audience. And here's one of the things that's the challenge with building up an audience is like um, the the fast way to build up an audience is to like tap into the whole drama thing, whatever it is. It could be um, like you're talking about current events or you're talking about comics or whatever. But if you can get people angry, essentially, or something controversial that you're the face on the screen saying the thing they agree with, but that gets exhausting. Like I can't, I don't have any interest in doing that, and that will just like wear you down. Um, but then people are coming for something else. They're not really coming for your comic. Uh, the other thing is people like to connect with creators.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
they do like, I want to know who this person is. I mean, I think that's natural, but it's like you gotta. That's when you get into like, okay, that's fine, but you got to be like measured in like what you share, and it's like so. I was talking about this, I think, yesterday on the stream. Like, so I've been on live streams where there's like 7,000 people watching, not on my own channel, clearly, uh, but it's like we're all on here and we're like, oh, I wish there were more people watching and blah blah blah. But there is a tipping point where when you get so much attention that you can't really talk to your audience anymore. Like I couldn't sit here and go through the comments and talk to people at 7,000. And when you have that many people on there, they're talking to each other and they're just voicing their opinion and the chat's flying by and it's very impersonal.
I know
Um,
you're talking.
yeah.
Because they're have you heard of Markiplier?
hmm
So he there was like a video documentary with him saying like he cried because he realized he wouldn't be able to make a deep like a personal connection with his audience members because he got too big too fast.
hmm Yeah. Well, that's yeah. It's I think there's probably a sweet spot, like the number of people watching you that make you successful that you can still interact with. But I don't think you can like you're either going to stay below that or you're going to shoot past that and get more impersonal. Um, Cam says he talks too much on social media. Apparently, you keep getting banned from.
What do you do exactly on Twitter to get banned so much, Cam?
Well, apparently last time he just called somebody stupid, and apparently that's hate speech or something. I don't know that, which is stupid. If you're actually one of the paid webtoon people, the company is even more relentless and demanding for quantity. I know Jason Brubaker got tired of working with them after he finished his comic there.
I don't know. Instagram hasn't betrayed me yet. Maybe I should just stick to Instagram.
Yeah. Hang on, see here. Instagram, I've still had a hard. Like I'm posting more. Like I quit doing reels, and they quit paying for reels. Like that was their thing last year, and then, but I'm just posting art, and it's like I'm not wildly successful on anything. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ironically, TikTok, it depends what you post. I did a lot of Cersei stuff for class, as you guys remember, and TikTok seemed to really like that because the book was popular at the time.
TikTok, I think it's easier to get a following on TikTok. I mean, I had TikTok like for 5 seconds, and it's like you look at the views, and it's like billions of views on things. There's a bigger audience there. I just don't like China having an app on my phone.
That is true.
Yeah, so I learned this about TikTok. In China, they limit the number of hours people can access TikTok, and the algorithm over there only really favors like science and technology. Over
Really?
here, they do it all the time, and they push there's crazy stuff. So I think that's on purpose. But what do I know? China's just good people. Actually, the people are fine. It's the government that's comments
Yeah.
exposed. I'm good. I'm all right.
Trying to figure out
Did your
how close it.
Williams series ever get collected? So Antarctic Press was publishing it, and I owed them 2 more issues as when COVID hit and all that stuff and kind of disrupted things, and I never got back to it. I don't know if they would probably still publish the last 2 issues. So I'm once I get Thunder Punch, this next book of Thunder Punch done, I'm going to hop over and try to wrap up a storyline there and then get it collected. Didn't Elliot get demonetized? Elliot did. He's got 150,000 followers or whatever, and he got not qualified for monetization on Instagram. It's stupid.
That is stupid.
The sweet spot is 50 people. 50 people. I think that once you get over 100 people watching a stream, it goes bananas. It's definitely under 100 is a sweet spot. What else am I catching up on? The problem with content marketing is that making the different content for marketing becomes your whole product. Yep. Hate speech. What hate speech? Oh, when I said about China, the people of China are fine. The government of China is not fine. Wait, that's not fair. Wait. I don't know. There's a delay. What are we talking about? What's not fair? What happened? What was the process like working with Anarch Press? Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
That's a really good question. Do you like pineapples on pizza?
Nope.
Aw.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, we have a request for Madge. Cover your ears. This is appropriate because of.
You guys, could this year get any worse?
There, Madge has chastised me.
Me at college.
Suddenly life is worth living. Madge will push you towards greater things through screaming. All right, I'm gonna hop in here and let y'all see what I've been going on behind the scenes here.
He looks so cool. So he's a Cobra?
Yep, Cobra Eel.
Yeah, I'm making all the houses on stilts because
Well, you should because of the flooding.
yeah, so fun fact, if you look towards the coast here, guys, like where the beaches are, it's below sea level. So whenever it rains a lot or there's hurricane season, it rises very high.
Everything is on. I'm amazed by you'll go to like Oak Island or someplace fairly close, and sometimes there's beachfront houses that are not on stilts, and you look and like they were clearly built in the 50s. I'm like, how did this survive so long?
A lot of repairs.
Building a beach house, like a beachfront house, is well, kind of stupid in North Carolina, but whatever.
Yeah, because there's a high chance of the hurricane tearing it down. Which is why I have a solution. I think I have a solution. I'll figure out. I was planning for a hurricane to actually hit the town. I just have to figure out how they survive the hurricane. Because this place had to keep standing for some reason.
Where are we here? Cobra. My entire life looking forward to hearing a Legion of Mages. On a side note, I can probably make it up to Heroes Con. I need to secure a ride while in town, though. I will have my car. I will have my car, but where do you need to go? Because I'll tell you this: I hate driving when I'm at cons. Rocket Worm loves the sound of markers. Um, yeah. So here's a weird little quirk. When I go to conventions, I like to park the car and then never see the car again if I can until I leave. I want everything within walking distance.
That's what I like about Charlotte and Raleigh, because when you go to a con there, it's easy to get where you need to go just by walking.
Yeah, everything is all the hotels and everything in Charlotte are really good, and there's stuff within walking distance there. And well, I guess technically, New York is weird because you do walk to the show, but it's like, well, New York walking is different than everywhere else walking. Like walking from the hotel to the convention center is like a 20-minute walk, 25 minutes, maybe even 30 sometimes. And it's in New York that just seems normal. It's like, how far away from my house would I be if I walked for 30 minutes? Let's see, 30-minute walk. I would definitely never think about walking that far. That would be driving distance anywhere else.
I remember I walked an hour with my friends to a comic book store from campus.
Oh, see, that's college walking is also different.
Yeah, no, I would never go on because we had to walk on the side of the highway to get there.
You may have to drive this year if everything's closed after COVID.
Okay. The thing is, this is freshman year before COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was fine until COVID attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just scrolling through
Yeah, where would you end up if you walked 30 minutes from here?
Let's see, my house from 30, because sometimes I'll go for a long walk from here, and I'm trying to think how long. That's probably 1.5 miles. Yeah, it's a couple miles away. That's well, I don't want to say because I don't want people to have any idea where I live.
That is true.
See, that's one of the things you got to watch out for on the internet. I'm trying to be bring people into your life, but not too far, because you never know who's out there.
Yeah, no, I met a real weirdo on the internet last week.
Oh, really? Oh, story time.
Oh, not. Long story short, he was calling me nicknames. This is the first time I've experienced this. He's called me nicknames, and I was like, I don't like that. Like
mean, or trying to be
Trying to be cute.
Cute. I got you.
I only knew him for 3 days, by the way.
Okay, so did you just know him as a username, or did you know
as a username? I met him on a video game.
Ah.
And he was trying to be too personal. I'm like, dude, I barely know you. And he kept texting me good morning, good night, and I'm like, okay, red flag, red flag.
Wait, he was texting you? Or on your phone, or just on an app?
On the game, and he's like, good morning, good night, and it's like, I hope you have a good sleep. And I'm like, okay, I just met you. I just met you, sir. Please stop.
I have never in my life wished someone a good sleep.
No, okay, this happens to me a lot with guys who start liking me, and I'm like, okay, leave me alone, because when I had a stalker, he used to do that all the time. So when anyone I don't know very well tells me good morning, good night, I immediately am fight or flight response. I'm like, goodbye.
The experience of girls online a little different than guys. To my knowledge, I've never had a stalker unless my stalker was just really inept, which may be the case. I do get a lot of scammers, but.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
I had the weirdest. I don't know if you saw. I posted this on Discourse. I'm going to read this scam. I'm assuming it was a scam. I don't know this person, right? So you get people that are sending you friend requests or will talk to you, and it's like it seems like somebody you would be like they may be into comics or whatever. But yeah, some people's accounts get hacked and they leave everything normal, but then they just start texting people. Um, so this guy, I don't want to say his name. I'll leave his name off. But all right, so this it says, "Peace. How are you today?" I said, "Fine. That's good to hear. Got something for you. Do you use Cash App?" "Nope." "Okay, I want to get a Cash App deposit. That's why I ask you." "Why?" "It's just a payment for an advert. Not sure what you're talking about." And he just goes, "I know." And that was it. It was like,
That's
well, you
weird.
didn't even try. You're just like dejected.
There was this person who was texting me out of the blue, and they're like, "Hi, I'm a graphic designer." And I said, "Hey, I'm also a graphic designer and an illustrator." And they're like, "Cool. Nice to meet you. Do you play video games?" And I said, "Yes." "Do you stream?" And I said, "Not anymore." And they're like, "Okay, I want to redo your stream logo." And I'm like, "Why?" "Because I think I could do better than you." And I'm like, "Okay, here's my examples." And I'm like, here's the cost rate. And I'm like, "Oh, well, sorry, I'm not looking to stream, so no thanks." But they kept bothering me about it. I was like, I don't want to. I started telling them, like, I don't want it. Please go away. And
then
they
you
got
punched them in the throat.
Yeah, then they punched them in the throat. But no, they eventually just left because I just ignored them afterwards.
Yeah, that's let's see, there's just some weirdos out there. You gotta be careful. That's why you need to monitor how much your information you're putting out there on the internet. That's the challenge. But it's that way for guys too. But I think different. Like I think for guys are more likely to, like, if somebody disagrees with you or whatever, you're more likely just to get swatted or something, like, rather than stalked. I think girls get a lot of verbal abuse, and I think guys are more like someone try to actually physically disrupt you. Ryan says, "I only get texts from people wanting to buy my property that I don't own." I get those too. I get calls for that.
I keep getting calls for Lake Lure, and I'm like, I wish I owned property in Lake Lure.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's always the darn video games. It's like flies to dung. Any differences of interest pronto. I guess, I mean, the ratio of girls to guys in video games is probably way more heavily on the guy end. So as soon as there's a girl in there, they're like, "What?" All right, hang on. Okay, go let the dog in. Where he just scratches claws against the glass. Oh. Okay. 97.8% of the internet is creepers, says Rocket Worm.
I believe it.
Leon, old rule of the internet: there are no girls on the internet.
Guess I'm not
Everybody
a girl.
fakes. No, you're just some like a 50-year-old dude in the basement with a voice synthesizer, like, modification thingy. I'm on to you. Let's see. I had a homeless man, says AL, in New York City, asked me for $1. I refused. He started harassing me. He followed me down the subway, yelling at me to get out of New York. She's like, "I would if I." I had somebody, like, every time you go downtown in Greensboro now, somebody's either asking you to sign something or to give them money. And I remember there was like when I had the studio downtown, I would go for coffee like a few doors down, and I just get so tired because like people, there would always be like college students outside of the coffee shop with a clipboard wanting you to sign something for something. I just get so tired. Like I just want to get coffee. Leave me alone. And so finally, I was just like, hey, would you sign? And I was like, dude, I'm not signing your thing. I don't care. I'm not signing it. And then I got my coffee and walked out. And as he walked out, him and his buddy were like, hey man, thanks for being honest with us. Like, okay.
You took it very well.
Rocket Worm used to be confused with a guy because her nickname is too androgynous. What would Michael Caine say if being stalked? You're just outside of throat punching range. If you just took it's pretty smart. Also, I'm watching you when you sleep. You just gotta spin it around and stalk them back. There's a local lady in a wheelchair that begs off the highway off ramp. Funny thing is, she uses her legs to push the wheelchair down the street. Babbage with a good point. Michael Caine has experienced being stalked by a shark in Jaws the Revenge.
The Revenge.
In the old days of the internet, I was often mistaken for a lady.
A lady?
I've never been mistaken for a lady.
I saw this I don't think it was real, but I saw like this building. And it was sticking out of the water. So maybe I'm gonna realistically, this building would not work.
Wait, let's see here. Let's see where you're at. Which building?
Right here.
That building? It could work.
Like realistically, it wouldn't work in this world. Because like I saw an image and I'm like, that building was dilapidated and falling apart.
Yeah, you got to counter stalk. You got to out creep. Make them think, man, that person's just really jacked up. This is not actual advice. I'm just saying what I would do. I don't think everybody should do it. But if I was being stalked, I think I would stalk back.
Weird question. Have you ever been to the Outer Banks?
Yep.
Okay.
Several times.
Checking, because like I haven't met anyone from North Carolina who hasn't been.
Who has not been?
Who's not been, yeah.
Oh. It's I didn't go until like, I don't know, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. It's so people that don't understand, like especially people like Catherine from the UK. I mean, not Catherine specifically, but people, if you've never been to the United States, don't understand how far away things are, even in a single state. So the Outer Banks are like 5 or 6 hours away because they're way out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from the middle of North Carolina. The first time I went to the UK and I was going through customs and I was on like, I hadn't slept in 24 hours and customs was grilling me and I said something like I hadn't traveled before and the guy was like, "You've never traveled before?" And I was like, "I mean, I've traveled in the United States," but and then I realized later that or I learned later that a lot of people in the UK, because you can travel like anywhere in Europe essentially like, fairly quickly because those countries are small, but all of Europe could pretty much fit in Texas. So America's big is what I'm saying.
It is, yeah.
Everything in the UK looks like a doll's house in comparison. I was reading I saw a video on this, and I was reading the comments, and people were talking about how they had visitors, like somebody from work was coming from the UK, and they're like, "Well, I'm gonna fly into New York, and then I'm only gonna be there like 4 days, but I'd like to drive out and see Las Vegas and LA," and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, that's impossible. Like, you can get in your car and drive in that direction, and in a day you will still not be there, or 2
I'd be
days."
like, what kind of car do you have? And if so, can you recommend it to me if it can move that fast? Oh shoot, what did I do?
Mistake.
There we go.
Oh, you messed it all up. Where?
Alright.
Hiroshi's
I'm
only
trying
been out of Texas once. Well, Texans get a pass because Texas is huge.
Yeah, Texas is really big.
But not as big as Alaska. Alaska is like, people don't understand how big Alaska is.
I actually had a friend who moved there recently.
Alaska is a different world from what I understand.
It is.
I could not live there just because it's dark too much.
It's too cold for me. I couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle the perpetual winter darkness.
Okay.
AO will go is going to London in August and asked Rocket Worm for advice. She said, "Don't feed the pigeons."
Pigeons.
I enjoyed London. The thing that like London is like if you're like on the I found in my week there was that if you stay in like the main like touristy kind of areas, which the main streets and areas, all that, it feels like you're in New York because everybody's from somewhere else. And then I didn't really start feeling like I was in a different country until I found a little out of the way pubs and things like off side streets, and then I felt like I was like, because you're kind of in neighborhood stuff. But if you're sticking to like where everybody is, then it's just going to feel like you're in New York. Also, pay attention when crossing the street because we almost got hit twice because we're stupid.
Yeah, New Yorkers will run you over.
Well, and they're coming in London. They're coming from the other way. Rockworm says London is very cosmopolitan. It's not that English, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly what I kind of felt. Like I mean, again, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting to feel like I was in someplace radically different than America, but not not really. I did like that was when I me and Chris found a little out of the way pub, and we were just sitting there smoking a cigar and had we're sitting next to some businessmen who just got off work, and we're just listening to people talk. And then I don't know what led up to it, but the one guy was like, "Well, if you're gonna be Australian, you might as well be American." And I was like, I looked at Chris like, I don't know what the insult was, but I know that we've been insulted.
No,
Maybe Rocket Worm can explain that.
I've been to England. Like one time we had to stay with some my step family, and there was a restaurant right under us.
Nice.
And we went there to like order some Thai food. It was like a Thai restaurant. And we ordered some Thai food, and the woman's like, "Oh my God, you're Americans." Ugh. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Most people were very nice overall.
Mm-hmm.
But
she was the cashier that worked at the restaurant who said that.
Cam says she should have started talking in a southern accent and scared them.
Hello,
I was told that I sound like Hollywood with a twang.
Twang? I didn't know Hollywood had a southern accent.
No, the twang was the southern, but apparently I just sound like Americans just sound all like Hollywood to whoever I was talking to. Rockworm says that's rude. We're not all like that. AL says I'm doing all the touristy stuff. And I did the touristy things like I went to the Tower of London. We did the museum. I can't remember, Trafalgar Square. Is that where it was? Like we did some stuff, but the last day and the day that I before we left, we were just exhausted, and that's the day that I most remember because all we did was find little out of the way spots and just sit and watch people, and that was the most fun. Like you did the stuff, but it's like I felt like I was actually. Babbage says Hollywood Brian, what a dandy. Yeah, clearly. Black pudding, sausage, and mash does not sound enticing. All right, what else am I doing here? I need to get all. How about finishing that Cobra symbol, Brian? How about that? Talking too much.
But no, I was before this I was listening to an audiobook and I was like brain empty, and then I was like, oh wait, Brian.
It's okay. I keep dropping things. My studio is an absolute.
What are curly whirl? Are those French fries like curly fries?
Curly whirlies. Crumpets are like cakes, but not with no sugar.
Okay, I would eat one. feel like you know I definitely add some butter to them.
Okay, put butter. You're from the South. Butter goes on everything.
That's true. I love garlic butter. Now I want the Red Lobster biscuits.
I haven't been to a Red Lobster in decades. My wife doesn't like seafood, so we never go anywhere that is seafood themed. I'm on my own when it comes to fish.
How it is with most of my family and sushi.
I like sushi too. I didn't used to, but it's grown on me a bit. All right, what am I gonna do here? Let's get some blue on this side.
Oh, that's sweet that you took your wife to Red Lobster.
Crumpet, the bacon sampler restaurant in Lancaster, 7 types of bacon. Sure, there's nothing wrong with that, AL. Crumpets are close to what we would call English muffins. Oh, see, now that's putting it in language I can understand. English muffin with tons of butter.
No, I'm getting hungry.
Oh, it's after 11. So as soon as people start talking about food on any of my streams, that means, you know what that means?
Yeah.
About
I
time
haven't
to
had
wrap it up and
breakfast
eat.
yet. And I have like a bowl of lobster bisque in the fridge, so I'm probably going to heat that up and eat it. Lobster bisque for breakfast. Totally a normal breakfast.
Well, it's really lunchtime. It's getting close to
yeah.
Brunch. Hold on. I guess the cat, there's a noise out here. I have to investigate. is knocking over cans and boxes.
Can we say we spotted beep bleep on YouTube?
Yeah, apparently.
Wait, is it? It's always been served to me warm. Is lobster bisque supposed to be cold?
I don't know enough about lobster bisque.
Cause like I always get it like warm. I know, like, I have a friend, he's in Raleigh. But long story short, he was from Africa, and, apparently in Africa, when you have cereal, your milk has to be warm before you eat your cereal. And when I told him, we drink our milk, like, with cold milk, he was, like, so grossed out by it. Good luck, Leon.
Message. Gotta McSavage the see Leon. Al said that the message was held for review. So, you cannot say that. What is wrong with you?
Oh, I assumed he meant working out.
No, that is. She was talking about spotted dick. All right, let's see here. I gotta get some more red.
According to this, lobster bisque is usually served hot, but some people prefer it cold. Hi, Kiki. He's sitting on my tablet. I can't draw anymore now.
Cats.
I know. You think you're a person too.
Our old cat, Marissa, never jumped up on anything. Like, nothing. And then this cat lives in the sky. If it's up, he's up. Which is kind of we've lost the battle for the counter.
Is gravy a soup? That's a good question.
I conveniently thought the gravy was soup, just needed a spoon. Oh. But no, you dump it. You dump that stuff on the biscuits.
I remember that I've had a conversation with my friends, and they're like, our stomach's a soup, and I'm like, why? It's because it's like in the heated, and there's like a bunch of stuff in it. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. It is a soup that's being digested.
It's soupy. Everything turns to soup. And well, that's what everybody can think about today.
Soup.
Cat. All right, then I'll put a little bit of skin tone on there. Maybe. But he's...
I have an exam, or it's a gym test. It's basically like what do you do? What's the difference between relative exercise and full exercise?
What is the difference?
I think, like, if I remember, full exercise is basically like the most you can lift, and then relative is like how much you can lift, like not like within that zone.
How much you can lift with a gun to your head?
Probably more. Gazpacho soup. I wouldn't mind trying gazpacho soup. And then gazpacho, it can be served cold, right? Trench?
I don't know. I'm not up on my soups. Oh, you know what? There's gotta be some more color on here. Let me get some orange.
Yeah, gazpacho is cool and refreshing. The only reason why I know that is because I watched a show called Bee and Puppy Cat, and the power was out in the apartment, so one of the characters made gazpacho.
What's in gazpacho?
According to Google, it's a cold soup made of raw blended vegetables. Widely eaten in Spain and Portugal. Usually it's a mix of pureed potatoes, cucumbers, sweet bell peppers, onions, garlic, and olive oil. I want to try gazpacho. Because I like tomatoes. Pimientos and garlic. I was told, my mom was telling me the other day, like cats try to mimic their humans. Which is why Kiki's sitting at on my iPad.
Cats
my
trying
tab.
to mimic them?
Yeah, she's trying to mimic. They try to mimic their owners, so that's why Kiki's sitting on my tablet. She's trying to mimic me, drawing on it. But drawing on it, she's sleeping on it.
Cam says that sounds like an explosion of harsh flavors.
Not if you make it right. Yeah, watery salsa. I like salsa. Oh, I love guacamole. I want guacamole now. Not time for your wet food, Kiki. But yeah, I have an exam, and it doesn't take me that long. It's like 30 questions, and it took me like 10 minutes to do the first time. So I'm hoping it won't take me too long, and then I can just head back home and work on this giant lamp. No, the last day is the 20th.
Okay. Can I borrow your cat? Does she know how to color stuff? Look at that British spelling.
No, she doesn't. She'll just lay on stuff.
Color.
She will claw stuff, if that helps. The cat trick is a very good example of that. Oh, she's a donut now.
Okay, now I can do this.
She wanted to go take a nap in her cat tree. Rocket Werb.
All right. Well, I think it's time to get some food. I think that's where we're at now. So, all right, everybody. We're gonna, and my cat is out there knocking stuff over. I need to go see what he's doing now. But so I will be at JoeFest this weekend, and yeah, there's that. What else? Any parting words?
Don't commit crimes.
Don't commit crimes, and don't get stalked. All right. I'm going to end this. Here we go. I'm hitting end broadcast right now. Boom. And then I have to hit it twice because it pops up again.